Today on Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out, we're continuing our New Year, New You month and discussing energetic clutter and chakras. Learn what chakras are and how they could be affecting your health. Does your clutter own you? On Clear Your Clutter Inside and Out, we'll teach you how to become aware of your clutter along with action steps to declutter and create the life you desire. Come on, let's get started. Hey everyone, you know that this podcast is about clutter. And what is clutter? Stuck, stagnant energy. Today we're going to be talking about energetic clutter and the chakras. Everything is made of energy. And again, do your research. Google's your friend. I'm really passionate about this because I see when clutter is stuck, how it prevents us from living the life that we choose, deserve, and desire. So today we're going to talk about chakras and energy, clutter that they can become, and how you can release that. Welcome, Tamara.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited, Julie. Thank you.
You know, if you're a longtime listener of the podcast, I just started talking about energetic clutter because I'm very passionate about this, because it's something that people aren't talking about a lot, but that really is influencing us. So, Tamara, let's get started. What are chakras?
Well, chakras are basically the energy points within our body. So all of our body is just made of this energy. And these energy points within our body helps us to remain balanced and healthy within our lives. So, and there's seven that, today we'll simplify it. There's 7 of them, but it goes much deeper and further than that. So, but for the sake of the show, let's just focus on the 7 today. So, would you like me to go through them for you, or?
I would, but before you start and do that, because I'd like to go through the 7 major ones, when you're doing a chakra reading or someone is doing a healing on someone, what exactly are they doing with the chakras?
So what we do is when we are connecting to someone else's energy, we are basically healing the aspects that are, maybe some chakras are clogged, there could be some attachments. What we're making sure that's going on is we're making sure that those energy points are moving in the direction that they should be, and they're kind of like pinwheels, and that they're flowing, and that they're healthy, and everything is happy and balanced. So basically what we're doing is we're looking at the energetic body to make sure that the whole body is energetically balanced.
Perfect. I lived in LA for a while, so people will be like, oh my gosh, that's such an LA thing. But I've studied a little bit of energy healing, and that's why I wanted to have you on, because I've seen what it's done. But literally a few days ago, we just adopted another cat about a month ago, and Joey, our older cat, is having trouble. So I brought in an animal person who does theta touch and Reiki and everything. And I didn't know what to expect, but what she did was she checked the cat's chakras. And when she first came in, Joey was hissing because she had the smell of other cats. And so anyway, she had a lot of his chakras were closed, and she did some tests on that. And by the end, he was open and he was asleep and calm and relaxed. So, if it's working in cats, it's going to work on humans.
Absolutely. That's amazing. I just love to hear about all those stories now, Julie. More and more people are becoming more aware of the energy and all the stuff that's around us now. So it's wonderful.
It was. And that's why I wanted to have you on again. Dr. Oz, who is a quote unquote medical expert. I mean, right. People at that stature saying, hey, there's validity to this. We need to look into it.
Absolutely. I think a lot of what has been, labeled woo-woo or kind of crazy, are actually very old and ancient ways that people have always healed their bodies, especially in our past. And it's never been, I feel like it's been hidden, but now it's coming back out again, and people are talking about it, and they're finally talking about just the word energy and what it is and the expansion of it and our multi-dimensional reality. I mean, it's a beautiful time to be here on Earth, and I'm so excited to talk about this because
it is. So if you can go over, I know we're just going to do the 7 main ones today. Maybe tell us physical location, maybe some of the issues, like if they represent, like I believe the first chakra represents security, and maybe some issues that come up for people related to health when the chakra's out of balance.
Right. So the first one would be at the base of the spine, and that is the root chakra. And sometimes when that becomes unbalanced, you'll have problems with your legs, your lower back, your spine, those sorts of issues. And you're right, Julie. It has to do with feeling secure in life. And this could be financial security, just security and confidence within yourself. There's, like I said, it's such a large, I'm trying to simplify it, and it can get much deeper than that, but that's basically what you're focusing on, is making sure, and it's usually like a red color. So if you're feeling like your chakras, like to me, my root chakra needed a little TLC, I'm wearing some red today. It's not my favorite color, I will say, but I'm learning to love it and embrace it. So yeah, so that would be it. And then what I use for it is I use essential oils, and people can do this at home. They can spray essential oils in the energetic field if they're feeling weighted down in that area, if they're feeling a little bit off or unbalanced within the legs or lower back. That means that your chakra was a little bit congested or slowing down, or I call them globs. Sometimes there's a floofy, globby thing on it, and you just have to take it away. And I often ask the angels to clear it out, and they will do that. So,
can you share what health issues might come about being in the first chakra if it's jammed up?
Yeah, well, if you don't heal it and you don't clear it out, it can cause an illness within your body. It can manifest into something more serious, a disease. Your immune system is compromised. It affects cells in your body, basically. So, and that can manifest in multiple ways, such as having back issues in your legs and arteries and whatever it is in that lower area. So,
excellent.
Again, I have to state I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't explain, the medical terms as much as I would love to. But I do know on it energetically, that's where I focus on, at least from my perspective. So.
Fantastic. Well, yes, share whatever you think's appropriate. I'm always about trying to give people concrete examples or they can relate. I think a lot of people can probably relate to low back pain, and that's something I get a lot. And I know, okay, and then when I do some work and clear it out, I'm like, okay, that's just stuck energy. It's all good. It's stuck, but we can get it moving again.
Right. And you think of the way our life is right now, Julie, is we're all stressed out. We're all feeling stress from paying bills or worried about our children, and we just want to know we're safe in life. And that, if anything, is probably the main chakra right now that needs the most tender, loving care. So it's just the way our society is right now. So unfortunately.
That's all right. I believe we're all moving in the right direction.
We are. We're heading there, aren't we?
So tell us about the second chakra.
Okay, so then you have right around where the navel is the sacral chakra, and it's typically the orange area, and it has a lot to do with creation, creativity, confidence, be authentic with your creation, that sort of thing. So, and then if you feel congested in this area, it would have to do with, well, in females, it would be ovaries, right? And it would be the creation of life, or could be stomach issues, or not necessarily stomach, that's higher up, excuse me. But it's more about that midsection in there, and there's, you'd have more of the lower abdominal issues that would occur there in that area.
And what about our third? Isn't that our power center, third chakra?
Oh boy, solar plexus. The solar is the yellow, and it's right above, I don't know, directly above the navel. And that has to do with your gut feeling. If you're an intuitive person, if you're an empath, that's where you get hit the most. And at least that's for me. And that has to do a lot with your own power and recognizing your self-worth and being confident in who you truly are. I'm still learning that too. It takes time, and and you really, I know if you are doing energy healing or if you are an empath, that area you should be cleaning it out as much as you can throughout the day, because you're picking up the moment you walk out of the house. So, and that again, you can also use essential oils to help balance that area out. And you would have stomach issues would be the main one. And you also have the liver and I think the pancreas as well. So those are issues that might come up with that within that area as well.
And the fourth is our heart.
Our heart, it's green, it's lovely. I love this one. This is my favorite. And you feel love, joy, and inner peace. It's wonderful. And again, if you're feeling stuck or you feel like you're not feeling if you're not feeling love or caring for other people and others and wildlife and nature and our future of our planet, then there's something you're not feeling as much, then there's definitely a block there. You can also take in too much in your hurt feelings, such as maybe like a loved one that you care deeply about and they're doing something that is just breaking your heart. So there would be some attachment there and you'd have to cut cords. And so there's a lot more going on with the heart and it's a lot more feeling based. So, but if you feel like you want to awaken at that and clear it out, you could wear the color green, and that would help too. So.
And then the fifth is our throat area, and I believe that has, if we can stand up and speak our truth, that can be affected.
Absolutely. It's a major one. You've got the thyroid there and everything going on. So absolutely, it's about speaking your truth. It's the blue color. It also is associated with Archangel Michael, giving you empowerment, and also Archangel Gabriel, which does the writing and speaking to help you with that area. And Archangel Michael gives you a lot of confidence in this area. You could wear a blue scarf if you're going out for having to give a presentation. That might help boost your chakra level and the angels with you. So do whatever you need to do. So.
Oh, I have a blue scarf. It's got blue in it. So the next time I speak, I'm definitely going to wear that.
Yeah, I have one too, and I use it. And when I have to have confidence in this area, absolutely. And I love scarves. So.
Soothe your soul with our customized aromatherapy blends designed to support you in clearing clutter. Our unique blends include space clearing, Zen mind, serenity, awareness, natural awakening, loving kindness, gratitude, forgiveness, blissful balance, and present time, which will become your favorite. Learn more at reawakenyourbrilliance.com.
And now our sixth chakra has to do with the third eye, or what I would call intuitive area.
Yes. The third eye is being a clairvoyant myself. This is what I rely on a lot for my psychic abilities and seeing things within people and situations. So it has to do with, the indigo color. And it's a small little thing right above between your eyebrows, so right here. And it has to do with seeing the bigger picture, using your imagination, being creative, and being able to make decisions that are based on love and truth and what is right in the world. So, and unfortunately, given the fluoride within our water system, a lot of the third eyes are shut down because of the calcification of your pineal gland. So it has to do a lot with that. But I love using frankincense essential oil on my face, and especially in this area, that helps a lot to clear it out and keep it flowing. That's a big one.
And then finally, of the big 7 major chakras, the last one, the 7th, is the crown chakra, which is above your head. Yep.
It's literally like a flower, and sometimes people have it where it's shut down. And what I'd like to see is it opening like a giant flower unfolding. You will often hear the colors of violet. I might be alone in this, but for me, I always see it in white. So I don't know why. So it's just for me. So, and this has a lot to do with the connection of your inner spiritual self within yourself. So this allows you to make connections with Jesus, God, angels, It goes further than that. If you're a channeler, this is where you're getting it from. It's like your antenna to the world and within yourself. So, and especially this is really important to have this open and ready so that it flows through your chakras completely and everything is balanced and you can connect within yourself. That's the most important thing when it comes to chakras. Another aspect is connecting the crown to the root, which is that last chakra we spoke of. And that root is meant for you to root into the earth and where you are right now. Because if you're only focusing on this, you will literally feel like you're floating around and not grounded. And that can cause you to get in an accident or not pay attention to things and you miss things. So these two, especially the crown and the root, have to be really cared for as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you brought that up. Now, on this podcast, I talk about physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic clutter. So, for instance, emotional clutter might be anger,
Right.
or say a mental clutter might be, for me, I think anxiety. And a spiritual clutter, obviously we know what physical clutter is, or spiritual clutter might be judgment. So when you're working with someone, those can get, and correct my language if I'm wrong, trapped, stuck in our chakras, correct?
Yes. Your thoughts are creations. So anything you're thinking, feeling, it's not necessarily bad. We're all human. It's how you process it. And it's okay to be angry. It's okay to get mad. Absolutely. There are situations in this world that it makes me very upset. But I process it, feel it, and I let it go and I forgive it. And I think that's where people say, oh, you can't get mad or you're not allowed to get angry because you wouldn't be a spiritual person. That's not being authentic. Then you're missing the point of being human. And that's where your clogs come in. And especially if you're truly upset and you need to talk, you need to get it out of your body. Write it down, talk to somebody that you trust and who will support you and love you. So, yeah.
I have read, I don't know if you've read, I read, and I still refer to it, Louise Hay's book, Everyone Can Heal Their Life. And I believe example that's popping up in my head is grief. And I believe that lungs are an area that hold grief. And so if you don't express that, then that's what we're talking about and why energetic clutter, we want to examine it. Because if it gets stuck there, then it could cause an issue within your lung, like pneumonia or something.
Right. And then I think also, Julie, I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of times we're not breathing. Have you ever caught yourself and you're so into your life and you're breathing fast and you all of a sudden you catch yourself and you're like, oh, you do this big because you haven't been breathing properly. And that's where I feel like yoga comes into place and meditation. Those are also wonderful releases for your body to regain balance and everything's okay. And I find even when I breathe properly, Julie, time isn't really existent anyway, but it slows everything down and it brings it back to perspective and you can handle anything with breath. So I'm glad you brought up those lines.
I have to practice breathing all the time because I've noticed when I get upset, I clench. I'm not even aware of it. I clench my jaw and my breath either stops or becomes shallow. And I think that's, for me, breath is right up there with meditation. I talk about this all the time. If you do one thing to change your life, even if you can't meditate, if you sit quietly and focus on your breathing for 10 minutes a day, that will make a huge difference.
Yeah. And what's funny is because being a mother of four and constantly moving, so just to wash the dishes, that I practice my breathing, washing dishes or, folding laundry, whatever it is, I'm practicing it and I'm reminding myself. And you have to catch yourself. So it takes practice. Absolutely.
And mindfulness and awareness. And that's exactly why I do this podcast. I put it out there. If it feels right for people, I say, go for it. And if it doesn't, release it and you'll find whatever's right for you.
I know. It's so true. And I'm glad you're doing that, Julie. We need more people like you out there. Spreading the word.
January is Get Organized month and a great time to declutter and start the year clutter-free to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire. For the entire month of January, we have special discounts exclusively for podcast listeners on our Declutter Your Life course, either the workbook or video, the How to Get Organized video collection, and the Do-It-Yourself home organization game plan. The discount code is podcast. Visit reawakenyourbrilliance.com for more information. Now, I have a question. You've talked about using essential oils, which I love. I'm learning more about those and making my own cleaning products and doing that. Is there an exercise that you can share with people to do, or if you have any advice on how to become more aware if something's stuck or feeling like pain? I think is probably the biggest indicator for people, but whatever you'd like to share on that.
Right. I think when you get to the point of pain or illness, you know that it's been there long and it's been there for a while. So what I like to recommend to people is when every morning when I brush my teeth, and then sometimes throughout the day or, at night before bed I brush my teeth, that's the time where I focus and I call in my angels and my guides. I ask them to cleanse my energy and all my chakras. And if you are a clairvoyant, you might be able to see it. If you are a feeler, you could put your hand here and just kind of make sure that they're moving clockwise in the direction that it's flowing. If you feel like your hand is going really slow, that means something isn't working right.
And do you recommend, sorry to interrupt, so clockwise, do you recommend, and that's kind of where you start practicing and feeling above each chakra?
Right. And some people are energy healers, so they can feel it on their hand. And I feel like when I say some, I really truly mean everyone can do this. It's just we have to remind ourselves how to. So if you're just beginning, but you are feeling like the swirling sensation within your hand, you are definitely an energy healer. But it's definitely the clockwise. And then I want to make sure, and I go down and I make sure everything is just flowing, and I feel my way through also. And I just go all the way down through all my 7 chakras. And if you can't do that and you can't feel anything and you try, it's okay. You can also take a shower and imagine all that rain, like raindrops coming down your body and going through all your chakras and clearing it out. And trust me, the moment you ask, just to clear, and please God and please angels clear out my chakras, they will do it for you. It is not meant to be complex or complicated. Anyone can do this. I know there are a lot of different techniques out there, and there's definitely a medical aspect to it, absolutely. But if you're just beginning, it's okay just to ask and it will be cleared. And if you do it mindfully 2 to 3 times a day, you're going to be okay. But you also have to work on your thoughts. And you also have to be eating healthy and drinking water and taking care of yourself too. It's not just chakras. It takes a whole other aspect of your life to have it all come together and like a puzzle. So
perfect. I'm glad you shared that because it's so true. If you're doing all this cleansing and eating junk food 24/7, probably not going to make a difference.
Right. Well, chances are you're dealing with something else going on in your life you're not facing. So yeah.
Now, is there anything else that I haven't asked or that you would like to share about stuck energy and chakras in general? What else would you like to share?
I feel like if it's something that really, if you're listening to this and you feel like, geez, this sounds so amazing, then you yourself are probably wanting to learn more about it, and how would you go about doing that? And there are a lot of books out there, which is fantastic. I like to promote Brilliant Virtue. Wrote a very basic book on clearing your chakras 101. It's the easiest little tiny book that you can get. But if you're hearing this also and you feel like, geez, I think I could do this. I think I can help people clear their chakras. Then I would recommend, her name is Cindy Dale. She's the only accredited certified or certification program in the United States that I am aware of, and you can literally go to college for this now. So that, and I believe she's somewhere in the back east. I'm so sorry, I'd have to research it for you, Julie. I apologize. I just learned about her too, but it's coming into the college, realm now. So, which is fantastic. So you could go to school for this and start helping people. So,
And even if you don't want to have a career like you do, I'm going to guess that you use it on your family.
yeah, I don't generally promote doing it on the children, only because they have a completely different system and we don't want to touch that. But I do it for my husband, and I will definitely pray over my dogs. I have to actually learn about pets because I have not done that. So that would be new for me. See, this is the great thing about energy healing is it goes on and on and on and it never stops. So which is fantastic. We're constantly learning together. Yeah, but I definitely do it within my household. And I make sure that my children, are balanced, and we work on breath and taking it easy. And I do a different route when it comes to the children.
Takeaways from today's podcast. Chakras are the energy points in our body that help us to remain balanced and healthy. Chakras are like spinning pinwheels and can get clogged or move in the wrong direction, creating disharmony and health issues. We examine the 7 main chakras. Each chakra has a physical location, color, and specific health issues and emotions that it governs. You've got your first 101 on chakras, so go out, release some energetic clutter to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire. Clearing your clutter allows you to share your gifts with the world. Get your free self-assessment to discover your clutter priority at reawakenyourbrilliance.com. If you've enjoyed Clear Your Clutter Inside and Out, please rate, review, and share us.